You are now listening to the Bodds Podcast with your hosts, the Odds Fellow, Punisher Picks, LockBets.net, and your announcer, Guns Picks. So time to strap in, dads. It's time to join the father figures in the Bodds Podcast.
What the hell is going on, gentlemen? We're back. Episode 70, Bodds Podcast. I am with the resident fathers, -1.
Uh-oh, did we lose him?
Oh no.
Oh no, we have audio issues.
Hold please.
Our host.
I'm here.
Oh, he's back.
Go back to it. And take two.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right,
You're
so
good.
episode 70, Bodds. What the hell's up, guys? Pun picks, guns picks. I already said that. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but guys, cheers. Episode 70.
Fellas.
My
Wagon Wednesday,
time
I
out.
hear from other people. I think
It is the Wagon Wednesday, and it's not leaving town until we get 1,000 viewers. So let's rate,
right.
subscribe. All right.
Well, that shouldn't be an issue. I don't think,
let's just do a telethon. Let's go.
With
Jerry
the
Lewis
sphere.
Dude, so what's it called? First week without an NFL game to prepare for. Super Bowl's in 10 days. What are we feeling, boys? How did we do this year? I mean, you guys pumped?
I didn't expect Cincinnati to be in it. That's for sure.
No.
I did pick them, but I picked them based on spread. Not I thought that Kansas City was just going to finish the job once they got to like the 5. So many missed opportunities for them to put them in a position to lose, and now you have another team with the Rams, and in 2 games in a row they could have lost that too. So I mean, a missed interception could have changed the whole game, and then on the other side with the Tampa game, you have just basically coughing up the ball and giving it back to Tampa to tie the game where you had to do something miraculous at the end. But here we go, Bengals and Rams.
Cincinnati. What was Cincinnati's preseason Super Bowl odds? Do you know? Does anybody know?
It was in the hundreds. I think because I had 45-1 in middle of November.
Right.
So you got to think it must have been like 80, maybe 80-1.
Wow.
If you had that like preseason, I mean, no one would expect.
Can I have a therapy session with you guys for a second?
Yeah, go ahead, fire away.
Did you hedge off of that?
Yeah, of course I did. Guys, the legalized gambling sphere. I know you guys aren't gifted with the states yet.
I'm close. I'm there, but I'm not apt there. That's the problem.
It's like it's a double-edged sword. It's great that you can cash out sometimes, but in fact, you as normal professional, guys that gamble a lot, know that you don't hedge and you don't cash out usually.
No.
You're going to cash out for pennies on the dollar anyway. And if you hedge, you get double fucked in the ass. So
what was the cash out? Was it like
So for FanDuel and most of the apps, they give you even money until like a game hits. So like I put the bet in for $35. I must have woken up with like an epiphany or something. It may have been like after Joe B. Like maybe it may have been, I don't know. It may have been after one of his good games.
Right.
So I wake up, I go to FanDuel, and I'm like 45-1. I got $35 in the tank. I put the $35 on it.
Okay.
And it gives you an automatic cash out. Like if you want to do it at any time, you could just click it and you get your money back. So I think I must have had like another bet going, and I must have lost that bet. And I go to FanDuel, and instead of depositing money, I'm like, oh, let me just take this $35 out. The Bengals are never going to be in the Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
was it to win the Super Bowl or just get to the Super Bowl?
No, it was to win the Super Bowl. But
okay,
I
so
mean,
you
going
still
into
be in the clear. I mean, but you still could have made the right choice.
Yeah, but what they also do is they progressively give you better cash out. So, I mean, going into next week, I probably would have like at least half of the money coming home if I wanted to.
I think the biggest regret of that bet is when you saw Joe Burrow show up at that game, the way he was dressed with those glasses, and that's Joe. I was like, that's Joe Namath of modern day. That's what we got right now. I was like, if this guy can't win the Super Bowl, a la Joe Namath, that's what I'm the vision that I have in my head when I saw that. That is Joe Namath modern day.
He's so arrogant in a good way. I don't know if it's because
it's not arrogance, it's confidence. There's two different
things. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think they kind of go hand in hand. I don't think he goes over the top with it though. Like, but he's kind of like Aaron Rodgers, and he's kind of like the new Aaron Rodgers for the league. Not politically, obviously, but just
not politically.
He has that. I know I'm better than you swagger, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't usually. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had it before he got drafted. Remember, everybody's seen all those old interviews at like college all-star games and stuff, and he's kind of hitting on the chick interviewing him. He just kind of has that. He has that Jimmy swagger, man, and it's so fun to watch.
Right.
I just want to know.
I can't take my eyes off of it.
Who's telling him to do this? Because it's very original. I mean, it's almost like Cam Newton-esque, where Cam would show up with like a fucking rabbit on his head. Like Joe Burrow showed up with literally glasses that were taken out of the Spice Girls. I mean, that was like circa 2001.
They're like rectangles.
Like, do you think he has like a somebody that's like telling him what to do, or is this original?
I think so. I don't know if this is original or not. I can't buy it because like you would have saw a little bit of it at LSU. You would have saw a little bit of it coming into the transitioning into the pros.
Well, you didn't have any money back then.
Well, I mean, I truly think that he got somebody to whisper in his ear, help him with his brand, his social media, because he has these goals as far as money goes. Maybe I'm speculating, of course, but it's all of a sudden he shows up with his swag glasses and the turtleneck with the chain, looking just like dapper as hell.
Like the silver puffy coat.
Yeah, it's just so over the top.
Yeah.
From week, do you think that was Joe Burrow in week 1? I mean, where did this come from?
I thought Joe Burrow was one more step away from being on the Bodds Podcast, not being in Fashion Week. Not in Paris. Not in.
I'd rather get Joe Burrow's dad with what's his face's dad smoking cigars. Those are the two dudes I want to hang out with.
Now, do you think Joe Burrow in the near future, we can put a prop at this, maybe over under the next 2 years, is there going to be a collab with Kanye West?
Yeah, I just TBD. I can't make that pick.
Pun. What are we thinking?
Maybe some Yeezy cleats.
Yeah,
something like that. No, I don't know. Probably. I mean, you can't put anything past Joe. I mean, if he wins the Super Bowl, the sky's the limit. He could go completely opposite and just go back to wearing normal guy clothes after he wins the Super Bowl. He's just that kind of weird guy that when he zigs, when you zig, he zags.
Who's some other weird athletes that we can compare? I guess you guys were like weird, like weird, quiet.
Russell
Westbrook.
Weird.
Russell Westbrook.
He's got
he wears some really weird clothes coming in.
He's like, who's a quiet guy? Who's a quiet guy? Like,
if you want another weird guy as far as fashion goes, just the NBA. That's it. It's like all of them. Every walk-in that I see, I'm like that. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's like it's turned into a runway.
Who's gonna make an NFT of Joe Burrow?
Oh, I'm sure there are.
And who's gonna buy it? Because I think I want to buy an NFT. Yeah, Speaking of which, if you're a live watcher right now and you're an NFT wizard, I'm all ears, and I will trade you good and sometimes bad picks for NFTs. Right, Pun? Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I'd love to get some. Can we create our own Bodds NFTs? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can do that.
Or
you can create your own.
All right, Locke. I want you to make sure we get that done by April 2024.
April 2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you have to. I don't know if you have to hire an artist to do it, but it's not like it's $1 million. It's like
I think the hard part is
30 to
uploading
50
it.
or
Like you
something.
got to have it in the database. You have to get it into
Right.
I think any piece of art you can sell.
I
You
don't
got to get it
blockchain.
on. You got to get it on the chain, and I don't know where the blockchain is. We got to drop it in the blockchain, and then we're good.
Welcome to the Dad Bodds NFT podcast.
I think
Anyways.
you just throw it into the sphere and it gets added to the blockchain.
Yeah, I don't know how that
We
works.
should ask Old Man Who Bets. I think he has some insight on it. We got to. Oh wait, I'm getting a phone call. Wait,
Oh.
Jeff. Oh no, sorry.
If anybody knows,
Oh,
old
that's
man,
no inside.
if anybody knows Old Man Who Bets, please let him know. We need NFT
Yes.
help. So if
Yes.
any of you
Well,
guys know him,
We need all the NFTs. That's
The
it.
professor of NFTs.
All right. Well, that's neither here nor there.
Mhm.
Guns. What do you think we should transition to? I think you got something going on. In that interview. Yours.
I mean, we can do two things. I kind of want to talk about the Super Bowl a little bit.
Okay.
I want to talk about you got to just talk about like your initial thoughts of where the game's going to go right now. So like I've kind of set up like a few sheets like I normally do, try to figure out the picks. I'm going to say today, if I had to make a pick today, I would pick I would lean Cincinnati in the under 40. I think it's 4.5 now, and then 48.5, 49 on the total. Those are my leans. I was like, I haven't made a pick yet. I was like, but
Okay. So it's not a guns picked to the head
No.
scenario. Okay.
I have a few. I have worries. The biggest worry that I have is the Cincinnati offensive line versus the LA Rams defensive line.
Aaron
How quick
Donald
can
and
they get-
friends.
How quick they're the top defensive line in the NFL, or one of them, at least top 5.
yeah,
And then you got a offensive line that is ranked 30th. I think they give up the second most sacks this year, maybe the first because they played so many playoff games now. But they struggle with bad pass, like nasty pass rushes.
what about
So-
Rams first half? Is that
I was
is that
just about
is that
to.
just like too easy of a trend to be a play, or what do you think, Locke?
Listen, I just think I think the Super Bowl is a novelty. All right. The money's not going to be. You're not going to make rags to riches in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's not going to happen. Even if you try, it won't happen unless you're that 10-game same game parlay 1 in a million. Then go for it. But this is going to be the most sharply graded sporting event maybe all year, right? I mean, this is where Vegas gets it right usually. This
Sure.
is the lowest over under it's been in the last 6 years. And it's at 49, I believe, right? 40.5. I saw that stat today. It's the lowest in 6 years.
Oh, wow, that's a good stat.
So I think people may be quick to the window there and just take the over blindly, but
Correct.
Does Rams home field advantage weigh into anything at all?
I never thought SoFi Stadium was a home field advantage for them. They don't have
No.
the fans. I mean, the 49ers outnumbered them last week.
That's what I was going to say. It doesn't seem like even the 49ers, they had a home field advantage in the NFC Championship. either.
They don't have a true fan base.
But just the familiarity. Of
they
the
left their
stadium,
fans in St.
home,
Louis. They left a
But
bunch of
they're
their
at
fans in
home
St.
locker.
Louis.
But they're in their home
Yep.
locker. Well, are they going to be in the visitor locker room because the Bengals are the home team?
I think
How
so.
does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's how it works.
Okay, well then that's
It's a
little-
neutral.
That's a little
it's
rich.
It's a neutral site, but it just so happens that
I mean, the NFL does have money, so they could. They're going to set that stadium up not to be a home game for the Rams. They're going to set it up to be the Super Bowl.
the NFL has
anybody-
money, but they don't have morals.
Is anybody rooting for the Rams?
That's true. That's fair. Well, we get
Transitioning into a more serious piece, guys. Quickly, I mean, without getting too deep into it, will Brian Flores get another job in the NFL? What are we thinking? Just interviewed
he
for
he sued the NFL, so I mean, I don't know if there's anybody. Is there anybody that has filed a lawsuit to the NFL and kept their employment?
Well,
with
is there anybody that's filed a lawsuit against their company in general?
and he
and
kept a
gotten a
job.
job?
Oh, that's
That-
another point. Correct.
Because
a good point.
it's a company and he's working for the NFL.
Yeah.
So it would just be like you or I are suing our company. unless we win the lawsuit and we own the company. But if he wins, he will, because it's going to have to be a perfect opportunity. I don't know, man. That's a great question. I would say no. And if I was him, I wouldn't want to be in the NFL if everything he says is true.
But when you share information that's kind of like, I think there's a code if you like whether you share it with a GM or you share it with a head coach or something like that. He's sharing text and stuff. It just kind of reminds me of the Mangini stuff, like him just like ratting people out. I was like, his employment with any NFL team was just tarnished at that point because he's got a big mouth. And I'm not saying that he's wrong with the lawsuit. I think the whole Rooney rule is just kind of everybody, the problem is everybody wants their coach.
They have their guy already.
They don't interview. They don't have. Now that you have to interview everybody, I mean, I don't know how you fix the rule. I don't know how you fix it.
So he shared the text between him and Belichick.
Coach
Belichick was
Coach
one
Belichick.
of them. Yeah, correct.
Mr. Coach Belichick.
Mr. Coach Belichick.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I got duped. I saw the text.
Sir Coach Belichick.
Sir Coach Belichick, yes.
I didn't think Belichick would type "fuck" in a text, first of all. But I mean,
wow, you're getting pretty deep now, Pun. Are you insinuating that Russia could be behind something?
I mean, if you're watching on YouTube right now, Pun looks like he's hosting Masterpiece Theater. I mean, I think I like relaxed Pun on the chair. He looks like Goodell, like the second pick of the draft in 2000.
We are now inside the actor's studio.
Yes. All right, so go. All
right, sorry, I had to.
Okay. Leave it. I started this by getting way too into depth.
We're just having a little fire. We're just having a little fireside chat.
I was gonna say you kind of remind me of like the Antique Roadshow or something. Maybe you're like an appraiser doing on a Zoom call looking for a floral dining room set, and you're just you're taking bids. What do you think?
I'm on Tradio.
Transitioning, I will say one bet I did see McPherson over 7 points. I like that guy. I think he's a great kicker. I mean,
he's a phenomenal kicker.
That's why he drives a kicker, right?
He's got Vinatieri blood in his veins, I guess. I don't know.
That's 2 field goals and 2 extra points.
That would be it, yeah.
I think that's good too, because when you look at the Bengals, like outside of last week, really. They're one of those teams that he gets it into scoring position like 30 to 20, and then they usually have a stop. They bring, their safety net in because they know he can kick from anywhere. I don't hate that bet at all because I think that's going to happen a lot in the Super Bowl, especially with that defense. And if Burrow gets any traction on that, the other side of the field, I think they're going to be kicking more than like just scoring touchdowns back to back. I think really this is going to be.
It's a good kicking environment too.
Yes. Yeah, it's perfect. No wins.
Yeah.
I don't hate that at all.
Okay, so
we'll put that in the Joe Burrow of kickers?
Yeah, right. I'd say so. Or maybe Joe Burrow. No, Joe Burrow is the McPherson of quarterbacks.
Ooh.
Think about that one.
Wow.
Think about that one. So unofficially official, I'm going to side with Pun. I want to take the first half Rams. I want to run out of the building. I just want to run out of my Super Bowl party, take the chips, throw them everywhere, win my bet, and just live props and live bet. So I'm going to take the Rams first half. I'm with you on that. I think I think Matt Stafford. I'm going to take the veteran quarterback first half. I think Joe Burrow may get lost in the lights for the first quarter or so. So I'm going to go along with Pun there. Pun, you're going to take the Rams first half too.
Yeah, I like the Rams first half, and I'm kind of talking myself into the first half under too.
Oh wow! Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I really like Guns' game under.
Yeah.
I see this sort of being a slugfest. And if it's not a slugfest, I think it's a Rams blowout.
Wow. Yeah.
I think there's a potential for the Rams to blow them out.
Okay. You heard it here first. That's recorded. I mean, we have that on a line.
That's not what I want to happen, but I think there's a chance that if they get down too much and they're having to throw the ball versus that defensive line, it's just not a good recipe to come back. So that's my prediction.
It's quite remarkable with the as bad of a line that Cincinnati has. Joe Burrow, I mean, I looked at his turnover ratio. It's not bad. I mean, he's not had a game where he's just like try to throw the ball like this. I think he
doesn't fumble.
Rather really take the sack than he doesn't fumble. Correct.
Yeah.
I haven't locked in any props yet, and I will. I'll have probably a good portion of the props that I'm going to do for the video that I put out on the Dad Bod channel. Tyler Higbee, if he plays.
Eleanor Higbee?
Tyler Higbee. Da-da-da-da.
Who the fuck's Eleanor Higbee?
It's a Beatles song. You're too young.
Okay.
All right, so
who's that? Harry Styles' band?
I've been taking this prop every week with Cincinnati up through the playoffs, and I actually put it on the video last week. So anytime you have a good tight end like you have with the Rams, Tyler Higbee, if he plays, hopefully. I know that ankle injury that he has is in question. I assume he will. The over yards receiving with him, I really like that one. If you have Cincinnati, for some reason, their defense is really like young, youthful, and does the job. But the one weak spot for them is they can't guard tight ends for shit. I think they're ranked 4th to the bottom, so that puts you at what 20? They're ranked 28th or 29th against.
Because you had the Kelsey over yards. Was it at 80 or something?
Yes, it was at 80.5. I found it.
Last week. I mean,
correct.
You couldn't have read a game better. You couldn't have read an AFC NFC wildcard game better than you did last week on the.
What is it? Do you have the? I didn't have
no. I was saying Guns is 5-0 last week.
Yeah, that's correct. I was 5-0.
Yeah. Like you're seeing the board really
3-0 in the props. Yes, right. I'll have more props. I'm going to actually put more props because it's the Super Bowl. I usually put 10 on the video, so I'll do that. But that tight end prop, I'm just going to keep riding until it fails.
Do we know what that prop is yet?
It's over receiving 40, yards. I don't know what the yards is.
It's probably high 40s,
for Higbee. I would think it's 60 to 70.
Yeah,
but
no, it's got to be lower.
If it's lower than that, then take it because I think Cincinnati just gives up a ton of yards to tight ends.
Yeah,
they can't guard them.
And speaking of tight ends, one of the reasons I'm a little bit down on the Bengals is they lost Uzoma. He's a really big part of their offense.
That's tough
as they got hot. So they were able to hide that in the title game, but in the Super Bowl, that might come back to haunt them. So just
especially with the amount of talent that are on the Rams. I just wonder what the game
Guns unofficially. So you're kind of leaning the Bengals, you said, right?
Unofficially, yes.
Okay.
I'm leaning in the direction of the dog here,
right.
And I just don't. I think the narrative, quote unquote, blah blah blah. And what I saw from the performance of the defensive line of the Cincinnati Bengals last week, putting pressure on Kansas City, I think that if you do that too much to Stafford, you could be in trouble because Stafford's like one of the best when he's getting blitzed. He just can read it well. He gets the ball out.
Is something wrong with Stafford?
That I don't know.
He's underthrown a lot of deep balls, and I don't know.
But I actually did a comparison. But I actually did a comparison of like similar teams they played. They played like 8 similar teams. So if you actually break down the yardage from the offense to the defense and every way they performed versus those teams and break it to an average, it's dead even. Like like one team played well against this one played bad, and then it was like vice versa. When you break it down to those similar opponents, which is mostly playoff teams, they perform at the same level as far as the stats are concerned.
Right. Well, that's how it should end up, right? Analytics will tell you the 2 best teams right now in the Super Bowl. I mean, if you would have told me this would have been the Super Bowl 2 months ago, I would have taken every single beer, White Claw, IPA, High Noon, and I would have just tossed it all in my gullet. Well, I would have done that either way, but I wouldn't have believed you because I just think there's some more qualified teams out there. But guys, this is not a This is not a coincidence that these two teams are here. They got rid of the best teams, the Packers, the Buccaneers, the Chiefs. I mean, the best teams that we thought were going to be in this dance are gone because they lost to these two teams. That's a fact. All right, that's a fact. Write that down.
I originally thought the NFL was going to hate having the Bengals in the championship, but I think Burrow adds a lot of viewership that they might not have gotten with.
You know what's funny? I was hanging out. Last podcast, I always bring it back to Lady Locke and her friends, but I was hanging out with Lady Locke and her friends, and we're watching the game, and they were all rooting for Joe Burrow. These guys don't know much about football, but what they do know is they don't want to see Mahomes again. They don't want to see Brady again. And my girlfriend even said, she was like, I've seen Patrick Mahomes on 5 commercials during this game. Like, enough of him, enough of his brother, enough of like the entire Mahomes brand, enough of the Brady brand. Brady's retired, God rest his soul. It's time for like these fans to get something in return, to see some real quality football. And I think there's some uneducated football fans that are actually getting that breath of fresh air with these two teams, which I was surprised about.
I think people were tired of Jackson and his goofy wife.
I think it had more to do with their social media activity than anything else.
I think everybody's just tired of that bullshit,
but they like what Joe's doing. Apparently, they put one picture out of him like looking like Joe Namath, and
he can wear anything.
Everybody saw it.
He can do no wrong. I mean,
I mean, he's been popular since LSU, since he won the national.
Do we have any final thoughts on the Super Bowl before I go into our contest that we're about to do?
I think we'll just talk about it at the next one once we get a little bit more information.
I think we've covered it all. I think
okay,
we conversation.
By the way,
tell everybody about our contest after Guns.
By the way, Guns
says something random.
I'm just gonna say that whether you like the NFL or not, this has been the best playoffs that I can remember. Yeah. I mean, everything within a score, right down to the wire. I mean, you can't ask for much. I assume I would love it if that game was the same. Like the Super Bowl ends it with the best of them all. It's like the curtain call. But let's get into
and one quick thing for the Super Bowl.
Oh, let's wait for Pun to say something stupid.
I'll be flying to Florida and I'll be landing at Super Bowl. So I'm kind of freaking out that I'm not going to be able to watch.
How do you get caught up in that? How does a dad agree to that? Is that one of those things where like the wife's just like, hey, February, yada yada yada? Is that all right?
Well, she's like, yeah, can we leave Sunday and come back Thursday? It's just us.
That's a wild day to pick, though.
Was it a cheap day? Was it like a discount? And you're like, oh, that's a good rate.
Yeah, we got 2 tickets like flying direct for like $220 total. Both ways.
Are you going back to Disney World?
Just us two. Yeah, we're gonna hang out at Disney. No, but no. The Super Bowl's pushed back a week. I had it in my head. It was this week.
Right.
It's always
right.
6th, 4th.
I can't wait till they run that thing. They give them an extra bye week and they run that thing.
So I'll be recording the Super Bowl and watching it a little bit late.
Wow. All right. Confirmed maniac pun picks.
All right. Tell everybody about our contest.
All right, guys. Thank you for giving me the floor. Viewers at home, Twitter users, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, whatever you are watching us on, we are giving you a unique opportunity to join us. Join the squad. Interactive environment, a competition amongst friends. Guys, I gave you my first half Rams play. It's a lean, but next week we'll go more into it. Pun gave his pick. Guns had a little bit of a lean. We want to hear from you. All right, you keyboard warriors, you friggin' GIF makers and NFT motherfuckers. We want you to make a 30-second video. Who do you like? Joe Schmo likes the Bengals. Timmy O'Reilly likes the Rams. Why? Tell us why you like it. You could chug a beer. You could hit your vape pen. You could do whatever you'd like. We're going to pick the two best videos or audio, because we know some people are a little stage fright. All right, they have a little stage fright. It's okay. Maybe give us an audio clip, but you got to make it animated, creative. All right. Picking the best 2 submissions, and we're going to give you 6 months. Yes, you heard it. 6 months of premium plays in our Slack channel for free. The 2 winners that we select, maybe we'll do a poll. I don't know. But 2 winners, we're going to hook you up with 6 months of free premium. And when we get a T-shirt, which is probably maybe next year, we're going to send you some T-shirts. So the rules.
Get out that notepad. We want T-shirts by May 2022.
Anyway, so we're gonna clip this. Make sure you DM us with your submissions, and the best ones we're gonna put on the show next week. So I see you, Marv. I see you, everybody out there. Do your shit.
What do you think about, like, could people submit TikToks? Like,
absolutely,
guys. That would
doesn't have to be a huge clip. It could be quick. It could be quick. 8 seconds. It could be Vine level 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Sell the pick. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah.
Sell it, and you will receive 6 months of us.
That's it.
Including USFL, by the way.
And I'm sorry, I forgot. Every single submission that we get, we're giving you a weekend for free. So everybody's getting a weekend, and the 2 winners are getting 6 months of premium plays. That includes the Odds, Fellas, Guns, Pun, myself.
I mean, why would you submit a video? I mean, you get it's a no-brainer. Yeah. Submit a damn video. People.
And if we get 100 videos, I'm going to make an OnlyFans, and that's that's it.
Well, I mean, you have one. Okay.
Anyways, transitioning. Pun, where should we transition to? It seems like you have an idea.
Let's do some plays.
Oh, Guns. Do you
have we should probably get into
do you have a little doorbell or something? What is
the Dad Bodds Capper breakdown?
It is time for the Dad Bodds Capper breakdown.
Oh yeah.
Dad Bodds Capper breakdown brought to you by the GPO Lock. Who wants to start with the picks tonight? Should we start with Pun?
I think Pun's ready. I could see it in his face.
So when is this for?
This game starts tonight at 9:30 Eastern.
Oh, 15 minutes from now. Actually, 18 minutes from now.
And we are going to the ice in Arizona. And our bet is on Calgary, team total over 3.5. I got it at minus 115 earlier today. I think it's at minus 125 now. Bottom line, the Flames are really good on the road when the team total is 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're like 7-2, 8-2 on the season. I'll pull up those numbers. That's what I was trying to do while I was talking. But they scored 4 last night in Dallas. I was on them plus money. So I'm riding them again tonight. And we're going to be Calgary Flames. It's a 1-unit play for members. So let's make it a 1.
Can you say it one more time? The Calgary Flames team total over
3.5. So they need 4 goals. And we are winners.
And that starts at 9:30?
Yep.
9:30 tonight. So
approximately 9:30.
Okay, well, I have to put my bet in clearly. Thank you, Pun. You heard it here first. Calgary over 3.5, right?
Bang. That's correct.
I have ADD, so sometimes I
go. So you couldn't be any more correct.
So I got to play now.
I guess Guns is going to go. Guns?
Well, no. I just want to make sure I get this out because this is another play.
Get it. Go.
I know where your play's going. So
let's hear it, baby.
This. So I'm going to be going with college basketball. This is the late game, a weird late game in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but a big game nonetheless. We have the Villanova Wildcats going up against Marquette tonight. Marquette playing at home dogs in this spot. And I'm going to be going with Marquette plus the points. And I don't know if the line movement has happened right now. I think I got it at 4.5. But this team they played earlier in a couple weeks ago, and you had Villanova losing the game by 3 to Marquette. Marquette, as the road dogs, won the game. Now they're playing at home. you have Marquette coming off a loss to Providence by 2. They were on a good win streak before that too. They won 7 straight. So now you got them in a position against a team that they're familiar with. They're playing them at home. The place should be rocking at Marquette, even for the late games. They had to have been boozing all day. This is a big game. You need to get ready for it, Marquette. So I like Marquette plus the points on this one. Full game. That's where I'm rolling with this one. I think Marquette gets it done.
Sweet.
All right. I love it. So we have Marquette. We have Calgary over. I'm going to give my late Warriors, or not my late Warriors, but people that are tuning into this tomorrow on the podcast, or if people are hungover as fuck, let's say they worked a late shift, or maybe they're in Australia or Asia and they can't, get something in tonight. I have something for you tomorrow, okay? It is a lovely conference rivalry. The bottom feeders. St. John's versus Georgetown. St. John's versus Georgetown. Georgetown at home. Patty Ewing and the boys at home. They are getting 4.5 versus St. John's. Now, my first instinct when looking at this was St. John's by approximately 35. Just automatically, Georgetown's in shambles. Fuck them, right? I mean, that's just an easy play.
Right.
But upon further review, St. John's is trash on the road.
Correct.
Trash. 1-5. Georgetown supports the home court, and their students come to cheer for those boys, right? 6-6 at home. St. John's 1-5 on the road. Give me the home dog. I want the 4.5. I want it in my veins. I've been up and down, to say the least, in NCAA basketball, but the last 2 days, the board has been clear as day. So let's ride the wave, baby, as Sharky Waters would say. Let's ride the wave. Let's ride the Hoyas. Plus 4.5 versus the Red. Is it the Red Storm? Red Storm.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Guns, would you agree or disagree with that? I mean, you are the sharpest.
You're right about those ones. It's when I look at St. John's, actually, with a lot of teams this year, it seems like they all are piss poor on the road. Every time I look at them, they're getting crushed. And especially in this conference too, is like I don't think you should take a road favorite at all, especially in that conference. And I think Georgetown matches up a lot better in the post. Their guard play is probably a little bit less, but not as bad. I think you're on the right track on this one. Granted, Georgetown's bad, but they play well at home.
I thought you were going to go wag it and go just straight up money line block on the Hoyas. I mean, is that getting too?
I tell you what, though, I watched a Georgetown game last week, and I must have been watching like a Georgetown from like 2004 or something. They were beating Villanova by 22 at one point. Do you remember this game? Villanova came back and won. Yeah, you do. But Georgetown looked like they looked like Alan Ray from Villanova in like 2004. I mean, they looked like they were a complete shell of the team that they've been putting on tape, and like Patrick Ewing sweating and screaming, and the whole friggin' arena is on their feet screaming for.
Maybe
this
Georgetown's
team.
back. Maybe they're back.
You know what? I think after tomorrow, they're going to be back. Was it the arm thing? You know, they do that. Yeah.
Is it the 2 fingers and the vibe?
Yeah,
that's the vibe. I was like, let's shoot heroin. That's the vibe. That's what we're teaching kids. That's pretty much what that means. But
all right, so we did the competition. We got 3 picks. We went over the NFL slate. Jim Harbaugh on National Signing Day. He's telling literally all of his recruits that I'm going to go to Minnesota for an interview. So how many recruits didn't go to Michigan because of that? And then all of a sudden, the report now is he interviewed for Minnesota and declined, and now he's going back to Michigan. I mean, isn't that silly?
I thought you were going to tell me that he sat in front of a table with like 3 hats.
Why would he decline? Like,
But like you just ruined your recruiting class for like anybody that was on the fence. If you had like a 5-star and you heard Harbaugh was going to the Vikings, wouldn't you just not go to Michigan anymore? You go to Ohio State, you go to Alabama, you know?
Do you think
it depends? I mean, Guns lost his coach, and they probably had a pretty good class. So a lot of the assistants recruit now, and
yeah. But I feel like some people.
You're a college, you're tapping.
Yeah,
college.
let's hear it.
I think.
What's the Michigan recruiting class look like from top to bottom? Go.
So with recruiting, yes, you're correct, and the same goes for basketball too. It's like they have a different relationship with the assistant coaches because the ones that brought them in. But you could have said I wonder how it works with a recruit. You probably see the guy that brings you in the whole time, whether it be Tommy Rees, so you bring in or any assistant coach. But I lost my train of thought on that one. But
when you have an NFL coach, though, like don't you like your dream is to
NFL
play in the
is
NFL.
different.
No, but your dream is to play in the
you're
NFL.
an employee.
No, but your dream is to play in the NFL. And if you're 17 years old, don't you want to play for a coach that had success in the NFL?
Most of those guys to me, those guys seem more like figureheads. They're kind of like they make calls when it's crucial, but I think the guys that make the calls are the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator, and they just have that trust.
Right, but don't you want to walk into an NFL Super Bowl participant of coach? Don't you want to go into Harbaugh's office knowing that after college he could have? You want to see that
Harbaugh's there? Yes,
right.
Yeah, I agree with that to a certain point, but I mean, I could say Brian Kelly has a lot of clout at Notre Dame before he left, and then he leaves, and I never saw a drop off on the recruits. The recruits go, "Oh, no, we're good." So I mean, I guess it depends on.
It's not that good at recruits. That's why.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but I mean, still, like they got a guy that was 5 stars.
I'm just kidding.
No, shut up, stupid.
Shut up.
No, we got a guy that was the top 4 linebacker in the country, and he never left. So no, I'm not going to get into college right now. You're getting me all wound up, and I don't like it.
He never became head coach. That's why he didn't left.
All right.
I'm glad he went to. Go ahead. He can go dance around in a circle with some guy on and do the gritty. That idiot.
Okay.
Good luck, Brian Kelly.
I will say that
not
guy.
Only Brian Kelly leave. He also rubs it in every note.
You only took you took a trainer and an assistant running back coach.
We're pulling the cord.
That's how people respected you in the staff. All right.
I will say that video of Brian Kelly dancing. You guys see the news today? That guy, he's a 5-star recruit. He's going to Alabama. He ain't going to fucking LSU. He doesn't want Brian Kelly tapping his ass every 5 seconds.
But I have to stand on this circle with you while you do like the 60s fingers in front of your eyes. Stop it. Keep going.
The Pulp Fiction move.
Oh, yeah. Man.
I want to be assistant coach for Brian Kelly so I can shovel his walkway for a party. I mean, stop it.
Okay. All right. Final thoughts from me.
Struck a nerve.
Okay. Final thoughts from me. I found out today that Missouri is back. 11th in the country recruiting class. 11. Ahead of a lot of big programs. I saw that today, and I was in shock because I'm a South Carolina fan, and South Carolina's not 11th. But what's going on with Missouri? Is that just – I heard it's maybe
they got a good coach.
Yeah, good coach.
All right. Coach comes
kind of reminds me when Ole Miss had those nice, good recruiting classes for a couple of years, and they got caught cheating.
Yeah, right. Pun, last thoughts?
Just saying.
Who knows?
Just saying.
It's not cheating anymore. It's not cheating anymore in college.
Do you have any closing thoughts, Pun?
No, I
okay, thank you. Guns, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, let's just cash some tickets tonight. We gave you 2 plays and and one for tomorrow with Georgetown, which I'm going to tail, and I'll actually put that on my card.
All right,
no,
there we go.
Still time to get mine in. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and I have to get out of this show so I can put that bet in.
Now,
guys.
And also, don't forget about the promo. Give us your Super Bowl pick on that one. Great deal. You can give you 6 months into our GPO lock chat. So, I mean, get in.
Yes, and if anybody
that's
DMs
creative.
me, if anybody
Chug-
DMs me
chug
the
beers.
code, if anybody DMs me the code Chug Beers in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna give you next week for free GPO lock. Let's see how many people are watching.
Yeah,
10 minutes from right
GPO.
now.
Kraken just
That's
went
it.
over.
I think we close
Bang.
this out. Let's
All right, and episode 70 is out of the book. Episode 70 is out of the books, and your two dads and one semi-alcoholic are out.
You're the
See you guys.
Funkle. All right, see you guys. Peace.